Welcome back. Today is the day. We are diving into our final masterclass explainer, and we're taking those raw design skills of yours and transforming them into a real, sustainable professional career. We're getting deep into complete business identity design and showing you exactly how to execute a flawless, start-to-finish agency workflow. So let's ask the million-dollar question right out of the gate. Are you ready to turn design into an actual career? It is time to bridge that gap. We're moving away from just being an eager learner and stepping into the shoes of a highly sought-after freelancer. You know, the kind who commands top-tier rates and manages complex client projects like a total pro. Now, just a quick heads up on our scope today based on our source materials. While we are definitely going to cover competitive web analysis and some amazing AI marketing workflows, we actually won't be doing step-by-step tutorials on building standalone website graphics today. Our core focus for this masterclass is strictly on brand identity design and mastering those professional agency workflows. All right, here is our chronological blueprint for today. We're going to unpack the business of design across 5 distinct phases: pitching and pricing projects, strategy and competitive analysis, the brand identity workflow, supercharging design with AI, and finally, presentation, delivery, and management. Okay, phase 1, pitching and pricing projects. Now, this is absolutely crucial. Mastering your pricing dictates your success before you even sketch a single logo. You basically have a choice to make, right? Hourly or project-based pricing. Let me be clear. Hourly pricing severely limits your earning potential because you are literally chained to the clock. Project pricing, on the other hand, actually rewards your efficiency. Think about it. When you get faster, your effective hourly rate skyrockets because you're charging for the massive value you bring to the table, not just the time it took you to push pixels. But to actually win those high project rates, Dribble outlines that you need a bulletproof proposal. It all starts with an exact scope of work to kill any potential confusion right away. From there, you build trust by showcasing past results, because let's face it, clients hire people they trust. Then you follow that up with a really strong why me justification, crystal clear pricing and fees, and strict terms and conditions. That way, everybody knows exactly what the whole shebang entails. Moving right along to phase 2. Strategy and competitive analysis. Here's the harsh truth. A beautiful design without a strategic foundation will almost always get rejected by the client. Why? Well, as Alex Hormozy brilliantly notes in our sources, true branding is an exercise in perception engineering. It is all about deliberately associating a business with a specific desired outcome. If your visuals and your messaging don't consistently reinforce that promise, there's no way around it. You will completely destroy your audience's trust. So, to build that rock-solid strategic promise, UX Planet gives us a really rigorous framework for competitive analysis. First step, you have to set a time limit so you don't fall down a bottomless research rabbit hole. Then, stay on target. Look for what actually works, not just what looks pretty. Next, you systematically organize your findings into specific folders so you can dispassionately analyze functional layers like navigation, usability, and even design flaws. This approach allows you to build a conceptual model of the perfect brand before you even open a single design app. It's a real game changer. Let's transition to phase 3, the brand identity workflow. Okay, with your research and strategy document fully approved, it's finally time for the fun part, creative execution. But keep in mind, professional designers don't just email over a single logo file. No way. They deliver a comprehensive visual identity suite. We're talking multiple logo variations for different use cases, a custom typographic word mark, strategic core color palettes, typography selections, and custom brand assets like patterns or icons that actually bring the brand to life. But once you've built all these incredible assets, how do you stop the client from instantly ruining them? Well, HubSpot highly recommends compiling everything into a strict brand style guide. You can think of this as the absolute legal rulebook for the brand. It details the brand story, exact logo spacing guidelines, typography hierarchy, and brand voice, making sure your beautiful work stays absolutely pristine when it's out in the wild. Next up, phase 4, supercharging design with AI. Now that you have this beautiful core identity, it is time to scale it. And modern agencies are doing this by supercharging their design workflows with AI. The secret here is simply knowing which tool to deploy. Canva Magic Studio is your engine for speed. It automates resizing, generates templates, and integrates brand kits in seconds for rapid scale. Adobe Firefly, on the other hand, is all about high-end precision. It gives you commercial-safe generative fills directly inside your pro design apps like Photoshop. Basically, you want to use Firefly for the heavy lifting and Canva for high-speed scale. And that brings us to our final phase: presentation, delivery, and management.
Listen, creating the work is really only half the battle. Managing it is the rest. This timeline from the Squarespace Agency Guide visualizes the strict routing process that top agencies use. Every single piece of work moves safely from the initial client brief to concepting and, crucially, through a mandatory internal review. The client should never see your rough drafts. Only after formal internal approval does it move to client approval and then final production. This protects you from those endless painful revisions along the way.
Now, when you finally do present for that client approval, please never just send a naked logo file. Wrap your work in a polished, multi-page brand presentation. You need to explain the strategic rationale behind every single design decision you made. By showcasing the why behind the visuals, you build massive authority, minimize pushback, and stop endless revision cycles dead in their tracks. But if revisions do happen, you have to act like a strict agency traffic manager. Diligently track version numbers on all your files. Ensure the artwork is clearly marked with its exact stage and revision number, and never proceed to final mechanicals until account services or you secures a formal OK to set client sign-off stamp. Believe me, this is your ultimate protection against dreaded scope creep and unbillable changes. You now have the exact blueprint to operate like a top-tier professional graphic design agency. You've got the pricing models, the competitive strategy, the identity workflow, and the AI tools to scale the whole operation. You are no longer just making pretty pictures. You are engineering strategic brands from start to finish. So armed with all this, the only question left is, are you going to keep charging hourly for simple logos, or are you ready to build an agency empire? Thanks for joining this Masterclass Explainer, and we will see you next time.